God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever should believe in him would not perish, but have everlasting life. Greater is he who's inside of you than him that's of the world. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. So Shamel, this is never going to happen again. I would never go behind you again. Is he not like absolutely amazing? Like, why you do that? I'm first next time. Listen, y'all, I'm not going to be long at all. My stuff is short, sweet, to the point. What I said when I first came up is really all I have to say, like literally. So I'm gonna take you a few places on a short little journey, but bottom line is my ears have been open, my eyes have seen, and that we've all been struck, okay? And so that's how we came here. Doc mentioned, so another thing I observed was all three of us from Chula. So I just don't think we can say Little Chula no more. I mean, I'm just saying, we're all from Chula. We all grew up in Chula. We've all had similar stories. Unfortunately, we all been sexually abused. So we all have some of that darkness around our story. We've been struck, okay? But God has been extremely amazing to all of us. So growing up in Chula, that's my mom's baby daughter back there in the turquoise. And my mom had 5 kids, and I was the middle kid, period. And I was only girl for a little while, and then, but I grew up feeling like the average little Mississippi girl whose parent is trying to struggle to pay the bills, and you're left alone way too many times. You got friend of the family kind of people hanging out, and then things happen, you know, all the abuse and that kind of stuff. And I was even abused by a family member as well. And all of that, y'all, poisoned me so that I was extremely angry. I was extremely bitter. I was frustrated. Doc and I are best friends, and we physically fought each other. Kindergarten through 12th grade.
I remember.
Physically. Our last fight was 12th grade. Physically. We spoke together at the city of Jackson. We did some training with their staff. And when I got there first. I was the only one in the room, and then we were in the courtroom is where we did the training. And I was there by myself, and I was like, last time Doc and I were in a courtroom, we were in court against each other. This is crazy. But it was true. It was true. And you know why? If I made 100, she had to go make 101. From kindergarten. If I was Little Miss Kindergarten, she ran against me. We compromised as seniors. She ran to be Miss Esby Marsh. I was Miss Homecoming. I mean, true story, you know? And God just really, he really had a plan for us the whole time. Mm-hmm. And Satan was trying to destroy it the whole time. Mm-hmm. And I think in my little bitty knowledge, even as a kid, I always knew it though. I always knew it. She won most of the debates and friend fights. Things, the click things. She didn't win the fight. You lose.
That was so crazy.
Jesus won. And then she always had clicks, you know. I just came by myself. And that's not what I was gonna say. They had money. I was broke. She ran a store when she was a baby. She was 12 years old, running her parents' convenience store. Wow. Literally, the 12-year-old kid was selling beer. I mean, she ran her parents' store. She really did. We would go up there and get hamburgers and and hang out with her, and you know, she blessed us all, and I mean, they were wealthy, and so my clique, you know, they being I had to recruit all the time. I'm like, man, now they got burgers. You gotta go hang out with her. True story, I'm not exaggerating. So I had to keep recruiting on my little clique. She was strong, but I really am grateful that I came in 2000, December of 2000, well, October of 2000. 4 things happened to me in less than 10 days. One, I had lost this job. I had moved to Atlanta, and I lost this job working with this guy that I was madly in love with. Shouldn't have been in a relationship with him, but I was. And I lost the job and was afraid that now I can't travel and be with him. And so that was the first worst thing I thought could happen. Then the second thing was, he and I had some disagreements. One weekend, I had some cousins from Memphis to come hang out with me. And so we wanted to go clubbing and have a good time. And then he wanted to go. Like, you don't take sand to the beach, right? So I tried to pull that off, and it just caused some disagreements that cost me 3 days in Clayton County Jail and everything. Yeah, that happened. And I keyed his car. That's all I did.
That's all.
That's it.
I keyed his car. And he had me arrested. And they came, he told them I was armed and dangerous. They sent like 10 cops. They put shackles on my feet. They put handcuffs on me. And then they made me walk, like there were 10 cars. Like they were all around my balcony at the apartments. And then they made me walk to the very last car. Like this. I was like, get in it? No, to the last one. Really? But I did. I mean, it was bad. It was scary. I had never experienced anything like that in my life. And then spent those 3 days in jail. And there was a lady in jail who had, she had been sentenced, so she was going to do her time. But on the third day, the day, honest to God, I was thinking suicidal thoughts. You know, I was just like, this ain't gonna work. You know, how are they gonna get me out of here? I had Mississippi driver's license, so they wouldn't bond me out because they thought I'd go back to Mississippi. So I was stuck for 18 days unless God performed a miracle. So he did. The lady who had already been sentenced, who was laying on that mat, I was laying like on this mat. I don't think I used the bathroom in 3 days. I didn't eat, I didn't move, I didn't bathe, I didn't do anything. I was like right here for 3 days crying. And that lady came over to me and she pretty much said to me, you don't look like you should be here. I don't know why you're here, what you do, but you don't look like you should be here. And she said, I can help you get out. So I really thought, this lady been in here too long, she's crazy. like, how are you in here and you can help me get out? Right. But I really just kind of looked at her like what? Like, what you got? And she said, my mom could put her property up for you if you pay her whatever you got to pay a bail bonding to get you out. And I was thinking, somebody would do that? Like, she didn't even know me? So then the lady threatens me, like in jail. I'm like, you're in jail. But she was like, I promise you, if you screw my mom over her property and you run away, and then, you know, she was threatening me, I'm like, I'm not going to run away. I'm not. So I'm like, you're in jail. You can't get me. But that lady, she got me out. I paid that lady $692. She, the guy who had me arrested, met her with the money and paid her, and that's how I got out. On the guy who got me arrested, I really think for a split second, you know, in Chula, because he's also from Chula and lives in Georgia now. But in Chula, the cops are your cousin. You know what I'm saying? So you can press charges when you call your cousin Charles. Let her out. I just want to scare her. So for a split second, he forgot we're in Clayton County in Georgia, where a whole lot of us are not in the county. So it was not happening. And so he really was trying to figure out how to undo the issue. And so anyways, but we paid that lady. They released me, and later on the charges were dropped. And the lady got her property and all that's history, and that's what that was. I just recently found out that was a felony charge that I had. I didn't know that until the company I'm with now, you know, was like thinking I was lying to them. It's like, Quiana, some things came back. Were you you've been charged with a felony? I was like, who, me? Quiana. They really thought I was lying to her, but I really didn't know it was a felony charge. You know, if it's worth a certain amount of damage, and then it's considered a felony. So, I mean, but like I said, it was squared away, and I was able to show the company that, you know, really I'm good. And I was 18, 19, but that happened. But, so I went to jail, y'all. The 4 things that happened was, I lost the job. I spent 3 days in jail. The 3rd thing that happened was, my daughter, I had a baby at 14. Okay, she's now, another thing Doc and I have in common, I think she was 15 or 16. But I was 14, and my daughter's now going to be 22 this year, and I have a sweet little grandbaby, who's 1. Her name is Heaven Michelle, and she is Miss Boss. Like, she's amazing. But my daughter was like 2, I guess, like, I don't know, 7 or 8 or something at the time, and maybe a little bit younger than that. And she was in a little pageant in Chula when I was in jail, so I missed the whole pageant. And another way God was like working things out for me, y'all, in the midst of all that, I purchased her dress that she was going to wear in the pageant in Atlanta. And I was going to take it to her, you know. And my cousin, I have a cousin who happened to be in Atlanta the weekend I was in jail, and I was able to get the dress that I'd just gotten from Lenox Mall in Atlanta to him so that he can get it to her so she can wear it in her pageant that I was going to miss because I was in jail. And so God was still kind of working things out for me even before I had a relationship with him. And so when I got out of jail, my goal was to go to Mississippi, visit my daughter, and apologize to her and figure things out and whatever. But then the 3rd thing happened. So I lost the job, I went to jail. Now the 3rd thing. I got to Mississippi, and I guess the neighbors, they snitched, and those folks repossessed my car. I wasn't in Mississippi at an hour, and my car got repossessed. So now I'm like, I just spent 3 days in jail. I have a place in Atlanta. The man I'm madly in love with me placed me in jail. And now my car's gone. And we're in less than 10 days. All this has happened. So now I gotta get back to Atlanta because I have a place that I live in Atlanta. But I don't have a car, I don't have transportation. The job that I had taken with him, I went out there to be a hairstylist. And the job I'd taken with him laid me off, okay? So now when I go back out there, I either got to go back in the salon or do something. Well, now I don't have transportation. I'm not trying to deal with him, so what am I going to do? So the world was starting to do this, y'all, right? It's closing in on me. And so I was in Mississippi a few hours, caught a ride. A guy from Chula happened to be going back to Georgia. Caught a ride with him. I think I was in Chula probably 2 or 3 hours.
You should have found somebody from Lexington.
Look, and I caught a ride back, and there I was in Atlanta, sitting in my apartment, going, all hell really did just break loose in my life. And whenever that happens, y'all, you know, you hear the sayings when it rains, it pours, right? Oh, it was flooding, okay? And so when that happens, Satan and his little team, they come and hang out right here. They're like, girl, that's it. You should be done now. Go ahead and be done. The world don't like you. You've been sexually abused. You was in love with that man. He's a whore. He's got a lot of other women. He just had you arrested. Your car just got repossessed. You lost a job. You got to go back to Chula. You left there and everybody thought you were the stuff and you're nothing. You would go back to Mississippi and you just got a daughter. That's it. You have nothing else. Then you got to live with your mom. You moved out when you were 18. Then you got to go back. You're nothing, Quiana. And so, y'all, for a split moment, I believed it. And I sat in the middle of my bedroom floor. Y'all hear people say when somebody is suicidal, they start giving away their stuff. It's true. I started giving away everything in my apartment. Like this, knocking at the neighbor's door, going, y'all need a kitchen set? Y'all need a vanity set? Y'all? Couch? I just started giving away stuff because I was done. I made up in my mind that this little 25 that I used to carry, so I was like armed and dangerous. I used to carry 25. So the 25 that I used to carry, I had 8 bullets in it at all times. Pulled it out a couple times, never shot anybody. But the last face that gun looked in was mine. When I sat there and the little team of negative thoughts came along, I believed the lie for a split second. And I cried. I sat in the middle of my floor and just cried myself to sleep. And when I woke up, I still hated my life. I was super glad that I hadn't taken my life, okay? Still had the gun right there in my hand. But it was in that moment when I like to tell people that I felt like God met me right there. I grew up in church, okay? But I still didn't know God. I don't know what that says about my pastors back then, but I grew up in church, but still didn't know God, still didn't have a relationship, didn't know I can walk alongside life with God in a relationship, didn't know that. And so it was in that moment when I said to God, I don't know if you're real beyond church or whatever I've been introduced to, but I feel like something is different trying to happen in my life. I don't have any more answers. You see what I just did to my life? But if you can come into my heart, into my life, and change it, then I'll do whatever. I'll wear a dress. I'll do whatever. I didn't know what it was going to mean, what it was going to look like, how it was going to affect my life. I just knew some changes were probably going to have to happen. I knew I couldn't walk around with tongue rings and piercings and spiked out hair. It was what I looked like, you know, and tattoos, and which is what I looked like at the time. I was like, I'm not growing hair out. I'll do whatever. Just if you can change this, then I'll do whatever. So I promised God that I would go ahead and swallow my pride, move back to Mississippi. I would go and stop by Lifeway Christian Bookstore, buy a Bible, and I would read it. And I figure out if he's real. And if he can change me.
5 minutes.
Sorry?
5 minutes.
Okay, and if he can do that, then I'll hang out with him. And so that's what I did. I went back to Mississippi, I bought a Bible, I started reading it, and little by little by little, the little light, you know how you fan the fire when it's going to go out? And you can kind of fan it and you get a little blaze. It started fanning the light, and all of a sudden, the world changed for me in ways, y'all. I mean, he just came into my heart, gave me a direction.
Taisha.
Fabulous. Here, what's her name?
Taisha.
Taisha. Is it Taisha or Taisha? It's Taisha. Taisha. Isn't she amazing, She mentioned earlier a lot about like law of attraction and positive thoughts and positive energy and all that stuff. And y'all, all that stuff works together. Everything, I've read the book, Law of Attraction, actually. And the guy isn't a Christian, but everything in his book, I can place a scripture beside it. Like, the scriptures like, think on these things, whatever is pure and holy and righteous, and, you know, keep your mind set on things above. You know, all these verses about what you draw into your life. When the Lord came into my heart and gave me understanding about life, these are the type of things that started to take place in my heart. The positive energy, the hope. Quiana, I came to bring you life more abundantly. I promise to supply all of your needs according to my riches and glory, not yours. I will never leave nor forsake you. I knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. Like, all these things started like happening. So all of a sudden, my chest is back out and I can try life again. And I did. And they blessed me with a home and a husband and life and my own business and friends. And I've also met Oprah and Patti LaBelle and, you know, a lot of these things. And all these things just started happening for me. Did all the negative go away? No. I was recently divorced. I was recently foreclosed. I was recently, Taisha also mentioned about building a business with a man. Did you receive that right? I had you in the corner. I was like, in the name of Jesus. Well, I'm about to one up you still.
But I did it.
I was married. And I lost my business to my husband, my ex-husband. So my business right now is brand new. But you know what the good news is? Because of all the experience and all the things you get to do and learn and gather over enduring life because you've been struck, you never fall lower than that. You never fall lower than that. The Quiana that was Quiana when I got married is no longer here. She's here, so I never fall lower than this. That's why Donald Trump, can go and become a billionaire and bankrupt and be a billionaire all over again. Because he can never fall lower than here. It's ingrained. Okay? So I'm going to, of course, there's all more to the story of all of our stories, okay? But because we are gone now, okay, I'm going to leave a few final thoughts with you that I hope you'll either write down or think about or however you want to do that. Because I promised that I would give. And y'all kind of started that process already with kind of writing some of your goals and all that. But one of the things you want to do is wherever you are in your life right now, wherever you are, whatever you've done, good, bad, whatever, you have to start right there. The past does not exist anymore. It's gone. Can you touch it, feel it, do anything with it? It's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. So you start there. Then you go to, what do I want? Here's where I am. What do I want? What do I want right now? Be specific about it. Name it out specifically. What do I want? Be more specific and say, what do I want right now in 2015? I got 12 months to go on a run to do something supernaturally amazing in my life. What do I want? Be specific when you write it down, okay? And then the next thing is, what would you do if you couldn't fail? Whatever that thing is, write it down. What would I do if I couldn't fail? If nothing negative could surround this thing, what is it? What would I do? Write it down. And then I just said, what do you want to achieve in 2015? Be specific about it. And then write a plan. Taisha gave you many ways that you can connect dots, and she challenged a lot of thoughts on, you know, well, have you thought about this? Or if you're trying to do this, have you thought about that? Have you connected with this person or that person? Google became my best friend, y'all. Like, you got answers to everything on Google. So be specific and think through and put people around you and let people look at what you're looking at, okay? And then the last couple thoughts is you got to reprogram your mind. Because our minds are attacked daily. Okay, the universe is wired to teach us that we can't. Okay, that's why I love the scriptures that says, greater is he that's inside of me than him that's of the world. Okay?
And do not be transformed. Do not conform to this world. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Okay, that's Amen. Romans 12:2. I have it down there. I'm going to read it to y'all. I got you. It's right here. That's Romans 12:2. So y'all just write that reference down. Write down Matthew 7:7. Which says, ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be open to you. Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. Okay, write that down. James 1:8, this is why, again, Taisha was telling, I think you two, like somebody's got to throw their hat all the way over the fence. And here's the back up here. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So you can't do this. There's no balance there. You gotta be stable. Somebody's got to throw their hat all the way over the fence. Okay? And then the last couple things is Philippians 4:8, which says, finally, manly brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellent, if there is anything worthy of praise, just think about those things. Just those things.